Hey there, welcome back to Financial Friday, your go-to guide for financial clarity, brought to you by Cory Nunes Capital. I'm your host, Cory Nunes. Today we're going to roll up our sleeves and dive into the nitty-gritty of building a rock-solid retirement plan. Think of this as crafting a gourmet pizza. You can't just slap on the toppings, you need to perfect the crust first. And let's face it, nobody wants a soggy retirement crust, right? So let's get started. First things first, you need to dream big and plan smart when setting your retirement goals. So with that in mind, first things first, what does retirement look like for you? Close your eyes for a second and try to imagine what retirement lifestyle you actually want. Are you skiing in the Alps, volunteering with your favorite charity, or maybe just relaxing on the porch and enjoying your favorite beverage? Maybe it's a combination of all three. I don't know. Something you need to figure out. Now, here's the four things to consider when thinking about this. First is how much income are you going to need, right? You need to know how much income you'll need to maintain your lifestyle. Don't just ballpark it. Let's get detailed, and I mean detailed. The second to consider is the location. Where do you want to live? Maybe it's that beach town. That's great. But maybe it's not so dreamy when you factor in hurricane insurance, right? Or if you're in the state of California, the fire insurance. Who knows? You gotta think about your location. Your lifestyle. Think about activities and hobbies. Whether you like cooking or you like collecting vintage guitars. I don't know. Something to think about. Make sure it fits your budget though. Now, also think about travel. Are you a wanderlust warrior or more of a homebody? Well, pin this down. That's a big ticket item, and you need to kind of figure out where you're going to be at. Your retirement should reflect your passions, not just your paycheck. The better your vision, the easier the plan. Falling short is not where anyone wants to be. Now, let's go with step 2 here, budgeting. Now, it's a necessary evil, but let's see if we can't make it a little bit self-explanatory, right? Budgeting may sound about as exciting as organizing your sock drawer, but it's crucial. Think of it as giving your money a purpose, okay? Let's start with a simple balance sheet. It's like a financial selfie, only less flattering though. List your assets. That's all the good stuff. And then let's list your liabilities. That's the stuff you owe. Next, let's create a cash flow statement. This is where you see where your money is coming from and where it's sneaking off to, like your Netflix accounts, your lattes that you have, let's get those little things figured out. And once you've nailed those basics, it's time to start to think about a few other things. You need to prioritize the essentials like housing, food, and healthcare. And then let's go to the next step. Trim down the discretionary expenses. Yes, you might have to think about those daily $7 lattes. And let's build in a little flexibility for the unexpected cost. Life has a funny way of throwing curveballs, even in retirement. But by setting a budget, it will help you recognize if you need more money in retirement. Many do not make enough to even save enough. So maybe a part-time gig now, or as they say nowadays, a side hustle is what you need to make that little extra cash to save enough. Which brings us to the next step, saving. Now, when we're talking saving, whether you're 25 or 55, the best time to start was, of course, yesterday. But today's the best we got. So for you younger folks, a small, consistent savings habit now means big rewards later. It's like planting a tree, right? It takes time, but the shade is worth it. And as you get older, you can always add another tree or two. More trees, more shade. Now, for you late starters, don't despair. There is hope. Focus on maximizing contributions and catching up wherever you can. Even small changes will make a huge difference in the end game. It's easy. Just a little one here and a little one there. And remember, every penny saved is a penny closer to sipping mojitos in your dream retirement. Working a part-time gig in retirement does not sound like retirement to me. Now, let's look at step 4, the Social Security aspect of retirement, right? Now, timing is everything when it comes to Social Security. Social Security is like the cherry on top of your financial sundae, but the timing of it matters. Did you know delaying benefits until age 70 could boost your payments by 32%? That's like getting an upgrade to first class. But it's not a one-size-fits-all. Your health, your financial situation, and your lifestyle goals are all going to play a huge role in when you start collecting. And if you're unsure, reach out to us here at Cory Nunes Capital, and we'll get you an invite to our next Social Security workshop, where we can help you crunch the numbers for your personal situation. Now, we need to start thinking about tackling the risk of retiring too, right? Here's the truth. Markets are unpredictable. And the earlier you retire, the more exposed you are to sequence risks, the financial boogeyman of retirement. Now, we do have some solutions, right? Now, the best way is to diversify your investments. Think bonds, stocks, and even alternative investment options like private equity and such. A lot of people think a mutual fund is diversification. I'm talking true diversification. Different asset classes, right? And let's also, you need to keep like 3 to 6 months of living expenses in an emergency fund. That leaky roof isn't going to fix itself. And there's ways to do that where you can still earn some interest on your money. Now, also, the structure of your portfolio needs to have a goals-based strategy. Your short-term needs shouldn't ride the roller coaster of high-risk assets. Now, the elephant in the room, debt, right? Debt can derail even the best retirement plans. Picture this, $15,000 credit card balance at 20% interest. Paying $300 a month means 9 years of payments and a ton of interest on that. Double it to $600 and you're debt-free in under 3 years. So, 2 ways of going about credit card debt, right? Start with the high interest rate ones is a strategy a lot of people talk about, and some say no, get those smaller balances first, right? So you have the sweet sense of accomplishment. However you do it, it needs to be dealt with, because debt-free living sounds great, right? But debt is not always a bad thing, though. It can actually work in your favor if used properly with proper planning. Making a plan to leverage good debt could make you very, very comfortable in retirement. Now, insurance, because life happens, right? Insurance may not be glamorous, but it is essential. From life and disability insurance to umbrella policies, they're your safety net. Review your policies annually. Don't pay for what you don't need, and don't skip on what you do need. If you're employed, check what's offered through your employer. Feel free to reach out if you need some help understanding exactly what you got or what they're offering. If you own assets, it is a good idea to put them in a trust. It will add a bit of security to your family's future, not to mention protection from that money-hungry uncle that works for the government. So, also, you need a goals-based portfolio, custom fit your investments, right? Think of your portfolio as your wardrobe, clothes for every occasion. Now, your short-term needs should be your comfy and reliable clothes, right? So that's your cash that is accessible without a lot of hassle, right? Now you get your immediate goals. That's going to be a mixture of your sturdy and stylish clothes. Those are kind of like bonds and equities, let's call them. Then you got your long-term growth, right, needs. Those are going to be your bold statement clothes, that black dress or that tuxedo, those are the alternative investments in private equity pieces, And of course, you got to qualify, but it's all part of the plan. At Cory Nunes Capital here, we specialize in tailoring portfolios to fit your unique style and goals. No cookie cutter solutions here. A portfolio that fits your lifestyle. Now, fraud. You got to be careful about fraud. Stay secure. Retirement is no time to fall for scams. Be vigilant. If it sounds too good to be true, it may not be. Protect your digital assets and make sure your will includes instructions for online accounts. Trust us, your grandkids will appreciate access to your Spotify playlist. Well, that's a wrap for episode 3 of Financial Friday. Building a retirement plan takes effort, but it's the foundation of your future happiness. At Cory Nunes Capital, we're here to guide you every step of the way. If you enjoyed this, do me a favor, share this with your community, because everyone deserves a retirement worth dreaming about. And I'll see you next time. Bye.